Oi!
Oi, tudo bem?
We are Jonathan, Beth, and Miriam Todd, and we are Church of God missionaries to Brazil. We wanted to take a moment and give you a brief update on what we have been up to.
We are currently in language school. It's a school named Interclass, and it's a school for foreigners like us that teaches you Portuguese. Portuguese is a very interesting and beautiful language, but very complex, and we are learning slowly but surely. Miriam, our daughter, is in a school for ages 1 to 6 that is entirely in Portuguese. And I think she's learning faster than we are. She's picking it up like a sponge. Can you say oi?
Oi,
Tudo bem?
tudo bem?
Say okay, good, baby.
Tudo bem, bebê?
Can you count?
Dois, três,
6,
quatro,
4,
cinco,
5,
seis,
6,
sete,
7,
oito,
8,
nove,
9,
dez.
6.
Muito bem, Miriam!
Parabéns pra você. Nada acredita. Visitei a cidade. Visitei a atividade.
Viva!
After language school, we're going to be moving north to a town called Itaituba. And there they have a seminary, a Church of God seminary called Boa Terra. And when we get there, we'll be teaching entirely in Portuguese. So please say prayers for us. We need help with learning as much as we can while we're here.
Churches are growing quickly, and they are quickly outpacing the space that they have in their buildings. Because of this, much of their discipleship takes place in small groups that they call cell groups. A cell group averages 7 to 15 members, much larger than that, and they start planning for the group to divide so that they can have 2 new cell groups that can bring more people in. The churches in the north feel led to be planting 1 church per year in the Amazon area, and they're working hard towards this goal. To make this happen, they need more leadership, and more leadership can only be grown through places like the Boa Terra Seminary. So us going to teach at Boa Terra is one way we can help contribute to the growth of the churches there.
Things are happening in a big way in northern Brazil. God is moving, churches are growing, and we got to experience that in February.
Back in February, Beth, Miriam, and I traveled up to northern Brazil to visit with pastors, congregations, and to attend a large event called Desperta. Brazil is a very large country, roughly the size of the United States. The distance between where we live right now and where we are going to is roughly the distance between Ashland, Kentucky, and Los Angeles, California. So it takes quite a bit of time to get there. To get there, what we did is we took 3 planes, one from Sao Paulo all the way up to the middle of the country, and from there we started hopping through the Amazon area until we eventually arrived in Santarém. Santarém is a large city in the Amazon where we have 4 Church of God congregations, and one of the pastors of those congregations, Pastor Cesar, graciously picked us up from the airport, hosted us in his home for the night, and then took us to the riverfront the next morning so we could get a boat to Itaituba. There are 4 main ways to get to Itaituba. You can either fly, which is very, very expensive and is only available 1 or 2 days a week, or you can take a bus, which is quite a bit cheaper but takes about 12 hours on dirt roads that right now are in pretty rough condition because of the rainy season. You can take a slow boat, which takes about 14 hours, and you travel overnight and sleep in a hammock, which sounds awesome, but is not so awesome with a 2-year-old. Or you can travel on a fast boat. A fast boat only takes 6 or 7 hours, it has air conditioning, nice bathrooms, TVs, and most importantly, a snack bar. So you can guess which option we took. We took the fast boat. The primary reason we went to visit in Itaituba was to attend Desperta. Desperta means awaken, and it is a large event offered as an alternative to Carnival that focuses on evangelism. The event runs for 5 nights, and more than 4,000 people came every single night for Desperta. Evangelism is the focus of Desperta, but music is an important component of that. A band from one of the local congregations was there every single night, and other bands were brought in from as far as 2,000 miles away to participate. More than 4,000 people attended every single night, and over the period of 5 nights, more than 100 people were saved. There was much rejoicing in the churches.
The event took place in a covered pavilion near the Central Church of God in Itaituba that's maybe about the size of half a football field. There were thousands of chairs, no joke. that a team took down and put up every day and kept clean and kept the area clean for this event to take place. There was a media team that involved people running sound, running lights, taking videos, taking pictures, and they did an incredible job. Jonathan became an honorary member of the media team because he took a lot of pictures that they really liked, and so he got a t-shirt that said media on it, and I think they became best friends. There was a large group of youth that was a dance team, and every night they put on an incredible dance at the beginning of Desperta to kick off the night. Dance in Brazil in the churches is amazing. It's dramatic, it's powerful, it's moving, and they created some amazing pieces that really moved you. Lots of people got together to form a prayer team that would meet before the event across the street at the seminary. They covered the event in prayer. They had specific prayer requests written up that they prayed for individual topics. They had verses that they would read aloud, and they read through the Bible, the entire Bible, in the nights during Desperta. Walking past the seminary during those moments was just powerful. You could feel the Holy Spirit.
Pastor Cesar was even involved in coordinating the transportation of bands and pastors that traveled in for the event. He would pick them up at the airport in Santarém at all hours of the night and day, shuttle them to hotels, take them to get their meals, and then shuttle them to the riverfront, get their boat tickets, and arrange their transportation to Itaituba. Then as they came back through, he would do it all over again to get them back to the airport so they didn't miss their flights. He told me he worked really hard for Desperta.
After Jonathan and I attended the event, we were discussing about how powerful the churches were and their ability to coordinate all the aspects of this event and just the unity with which they worked. The event went off without a hitch. It was an incredible thing. And we've experienced this, that when these churches feel called by God to do something, nothing can stand in their way. That's the activity that's happening in the north, in our churches in the north. We're currently in the south to learn language. When we were in the north, up in Itaituba and Santarém, I think we maybe spoke to 2 people that spoke English. Virtually no one speaks English up there. So learning language is very important.
Back in October, Beth, Miriam, and I attended the Church of God conference in Sao Paulo. It's a chance for all of the churches within that city to get together, for their pastors to spend time in fellowship with one another, and to even sing a few songs that might be familiar to us in the United States. We enjoyed our weekend with the churches in Sao Paulo, and we are planning more trips to visit with them. In addition to visiting there, we're planning a trip in a few months to go to Curitiba, which is a city to the south of where we are right now, where there's a large National Church of God Pastors Conference taking place.
This has been a short update of what we've been doing in Brazil, and we wanted to say thank you to our partners who, through your prayer and your support, have been active in this ministry. This is your ministry. The Church of God is active and growing in Brazil. God is moving, and we wanted to say thank you very much. Muito obrigado.
Muito obrigado. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Da, da.